There is a specific exhaustion that comes from possessing a recursive mind. It is the daily weight of holding dozens of complex, open threads simultaneously, tracking patterns across systems without letting a single line drop. But holding that much complexity comes with a steep metabolic cost. You experience the massive overhead of constantly running a mental meta layer. It creates a sensation of endless drift and the exhausting feeling that you are constantly in motion, but never quite landing anywhere solid. Traditional clinical therapy usually looks at this state of drift and diagnoses a problem. They label the overhead as a pathology or view the endless exploration as an error code demanding an immediate fix. Applying this deficit model to a complex mind is a trap. When you categorize your own natural complexity as a failure, you accidentally trigger the exact biological threat response you were trying to escape in the first place. The standard clinical playbook usually prescribes self-compassion as the cure. It frames kindness as an emotional corrective measure, a way to soothe the self-critical amygdala and lower your cortisol levels. But we have to ask a deeper question. Are you actually flawed at your core? Or are you simply applying rigid external performance metrics to a cognitive system built for open-ended exploration? When we try to fix the drift through sheer willpower, we inject coercion directly into our nervous system. We try to command our way into a state of flow. Viewing yourself as a wounded patient guarantees a cycle of frustration. It pathologizes high-dimensional thinking instead of giving it space to operate. Instead of a patient, think of yourself as a witness architect. Your brain is a high-capacity machine, specifically designed for heavy, non-linear creative labor. This structural friction holds a massive, multidimensional matrix of ideas. Trouble starts when this abstract meta layer moves faster than physical reality. The nervous system reads this stretching as a threat. Piling on more abstraction only crushes the structure entirely. The core issue here is not a lack of emotional kindness toward yourself. It is a literal computational overload that forces your biology into a defensive posture. You cannot outthink a biological alarm bell. To turn off the threat state, you have to completely abandon the intellectual meta layer. In this context, self-compassion sheds its reputation as a soft emotional cushion. It becomes a tactical, state modulation tool, a deliberate physical reset for the nervous system. This means engaging low-overhead physical anchors, manual repair, gardening, or any tactile routine that forces the mind out of recursion and into immediate physical reality. These actions provide an anti-meta gravitational pull. They bypass the complex processing centers entirely and physically stop your cognitive engine from redlining. Proper self-compassion is an act of mechanical engineering. It provides the solid floor contact a complex mind requires to keep its rhythm over a long timeline without burning itself out. But even the machine metaphor has limits. Your mind operates more like a dense ecology. In a garden, a period of apparent drift isn't a malfunction. It is often just a state of dormancy, waiting for a complex pattern to ripen and reveal itself. The truest measure of your internal health isn't measured by how gently you speak to yourself. It is measured by the total absence of internal coercion. This illustrates non-coercive internal governance. Instead of tightly policing thoughts, you observe mental states as environmental conditions, refusing an immediate, rigid framework. It demands tolerance for ambiguity. You allow thoughts to drift and expand, refusing to force a premature conclusion before answers naturally organize. So the operational question changes. You stop asking, "Am I being compassionate enough?" and start asking, "How much coercion is entering my system right now?" You are not a broken system searching for a cure. You are an architect who simply needs the right ecological conditions to continue building. The dancer is already moving. True self-compassion is just ensuring the floor remains solid enough to carry the weight.